Good afternoon, everybody. We are group number 118 from tutorial number 2 of Independent Applied Research. Uh, Today, our group is going to present the case study of the environmental impact of fast fashion. This case study's number was CS15A. I have my group members with me, Mohammad Shadab, Abimbola, and Sayyid Ali Abbas, and myself, Sayyid Mursal Ali Gilani. Um, we'll talk about the environmental impact of fast fashion, that how this industry is how this industry can move towards to sustainable practices. We have conducted some research. Uh, Shada will talk about the research and the models we use, such as SWOT and PESTEL, and we will get to the root causes of what's causing what's stopping the fast fashion industry uh, to uh, uh, to follow the sustainable practices. After that, Bimbo will explain some possible solutions depending on the research and data we have collected. And we will use some analytical tools, and that what analytical tools the entrepreneurs and management teams in fast fashion industry can adopt for towards the sustainable practices. And finally, Ali will give our recommendations, and we have divided some long-term, short-term, as well as medium-term recommendations. And we have also addressed the future uncertainties in uh, following these sustainable practices. So let's start with our topic. We chose this topic because fast fashion is something which touches our lives. It's cheap, highly trendy nowadays, and easily available. But behind the scenes, this industry has a dark truth of polluting the planet and the environment. Fast fashion means making clothes really quickly and cheaply to follow the trends. Most of the famous brands like H&M and Zara and Shein release new collections every few weeks. This keeps people buying more, and also it makes them produce more waste, pollution, and it puts pressure on the natural resources. For example, the fashion industry produces 10% of the world's carbon emission and around 8.5% of the uh, global water pollution. Most fast fashion clothes are made from synthetic materials like polyester, which don't break down naturally. That means when people throw them away, they sit in the landfills for thousands of years, hundreds of years, because they are non-biodegradable. If we now moving to the importance of this topic, why it matters. The industry creates. There are basically three big reasons why this topic important. The first is that it's harming the environment, which is simple. The industry creates 20% of the world's wastewater. That's a lot of polluted water ending up in the rivers and oceans. New laws are coming by the governments, which are making stricter rules, like European Circular Economy Action Plan, which forces brands to reduce waste and recycle more. People are changing. A McKinsey survey showed 67% of customers prefer buying from the brands that care about the sustainability and keeping the planet unharmed and unpolluted. If the brands don't follow that, the customers might lose their interest from buying those brands. Fast fashion is not just a business issue; it's a global problem that is affecting health, environment, and the future of our planet. Moving forward to the context of the issue, here are some more facts to understand better about the situation. Every year, the uh, fast fashion industry is every year wasting millions of tons of water. It uses over 93 billion cubic meters of water. That's more than many countries use in even a year. Less than 1% of clothes are recycled into new clothes. What's worse is that clothes are often thrown away, being worn just very few times. The cycle of buying, wearing, and throwing away is creating a lot of damage. That's why our research looks at how how we can stop the cycle and how we can move toward a better and more sustainable way of making and using fashion. Now I would like to ask Shadab to come and talk about the data and the models we the analytical models we studied for the research.
Thank you so much, Mursa. Now I'm gonna explain where we got our information from. We use three main types of sources. Academic research like studies from Lille 2024 and Farhana 2022 help us understand the science behind pollution and fabric use. Industry reports such as the McKinsey State of Fashion, the Global Fashion Agenda, and the World Bank gave us a real number of examples from the fashion world. Government sources like the EU Circular Economy Plan and the United Nations report told us about laws, regulation, and the global goals. All these sources help us understand the problem from different angles, what cause it, who it affects, and what can be done. So, yeah, there is a SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So, we use a model called SWOT analysis to understand the strength and the weakness of the fast fashion industry and what opportunities and threat exist. The first of all, the strength. Fast fashion is affordable, fast, and the popular one. And the second one is the weakness. It causes pollution, creates waste, and the use harmful material. Third one is the opportunity. More people now care about the environment. This give companies a chance to improve and attract new customer. And the last but not least, threats. If companies don't change, they could face fine, bad publicity, and lose customer. These analysis help us to see that while fast fashion has been successful in some ways, it now faces big risks if it doesn't become more sustainable. Cluster analysis, external factor. We also use another tool called cluster analysis, which looks at outside factor that affects the fashion industry, like political. Government are introducing new climate and waste laws. Economic, going green may cost more at first, but can save money in the long run. Social, people want ethical products and care about how workers are treated. Technological, new machines and fabric make sustainable fashion easier to create. And environmental, the earth is being damaged by water use, energy waste, and landfill. Legal, like companies now have to follow new rules about pollution or recycling. Together, SWOT and Plastral help us understand why companies need to act and what kind of changes they can make. Find, Finding the root cause overproduction. Lastly, it's let's talk about what really cause all these problems. Overproduction. Fast fashion brand make way more clothes than people actually need. That means a lot of clothes don't get sold and end up in landfill. Companies use ton of energy and water to make clothes that are worn only once or twice. Most of these clothes can't be replaced and recycled. This wasteful system is not sustainable. To fix the problem, companies need to produce fewer, better quality cloths and focus on recycling, reusing, and reducing their waste. So now I'm inviting Bambola to carry on this presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shadab. Now that we understand the problem, let's talk about let's talk about the possible solutions. One of the best way we make fashions more economic friendly to change materials we use to make clothes. Right now, most clothes are made from systematic fabrics like postals and nylon. These are made from oil that hundreds of years break down instead of compassion should start using. I'll talk about natural fabrics. Natural fabrics like arms, organic contains nylon and bamboo. These need less water and few chemicals. And graphic materials like banana fabrics and mushrooms lengths, which breaks down natural environments. Sorry. Real fabrics made turning old clothes into new ones. This is part of something called closed loops system where materials are refreshed again and again. Brands like Polystyle, Stellar's, MC Santries, Alice Actives are already doing. They are providing it possible to be stylish and sustainable at the same time. And I'll move to using data to support sustainable solution. These strong data that use this shift is not only good for planners, it is also good for business. A monetary survey in 2020 found that 67% of people prefer to buy from brands that care about environment. Patorage uses 100% recycled fabrics. The sustainable fashions make it growing fast by 99.1% every year, according to Adams 2024. Every big brands like H&M, Louis Vuitton launching eco-friendly lines and improving water to use productions. This proves that when the companies invest in sustainable customs, response possibilities, analyze tools to strategies planning to decide what works best. Compassion can be used different tools like Coos Assessment LCA. It is look at the environment importance of the product from the time it's made until it's thrown away. Cost benefit analyze. This is help companies figure out spending on money sustainable tech. Now we save more. Now we save them more money in futures. Branch making. This means companies a brand effort to others to see what's leading and we need to catch up. These tools help companies to make smart and more informed decisions, challenging in improvement. Even with all these ideas, putting them into actions be difficult. Cost new materials and technology can expensive to the first. I'll talk consumer habits. Some customers still prefer cheaper clothes, even if they are bad for the environment. Company supply chain clothes is made in many countries, and it is hard to control sustainable everywhere. Risk Resistance to change. Some people in their company may not want to change how things are done. To success, to succeed, companies must work together to supplies, government, and customers. Everyone has a role to play. I'll move to my brother Ali to take the next part. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sayed Ali Abasha, and thank you, Bimbola, for highlighting the sustainable solution and challenges so clearly. Now, I will take you through the final part of our presentation the strategic recommendation, how fashion brands can plan for the future, and more importantly, what the root cause of the entire problem really is. So let's begin with some practical steps company can take to reduce their environmental impact. So firstly,
Hello.
I will start with short-term action. In short-term action, meaning right away, companies did not need to do anything extremely or costly. Even small steps can make a big difference. Here, what they can do: make the supply chain more transparent, show customer where the clothes come from, how they made, and who is making them. This build trust and push factories to follow ethical practices. So use eco-friendly material in a few collections. They did not have to switch everything at once. They can start from small, maybe one line, or clothing use organic cotton, recycled polyester, or biodegradable fabrics. Educate employees about sustainability. If staff know the goals and reasons behind these changes, they will more motivated to support them. Training can include waste management, energy saving method, and better fabric choices. So I think these actions are easy to implement and help build the foundation for bigger changes later. So I have a medium term goal. Now let's look at what we can done over the next 1 to 3 years. Once the company is ready to commit more seriously, they can use AI and data to manage production with the help of artificial intelligence. Company can predict what styles and size will sell, so they do not overproduce clothes that will just sit in warehouse or go to the waste. Partner with recycle companies work with the local businesses that collect and recycle old clothes, turning them into the new fabric. This support a circular economy. Launch take back program. Many brands now offer customer a discount when they return old clothes. I think this is a good idea. These clothes can be reused or recycled instead of being thrown away. So all these steps help reduce waste and build a loyal customer base that values sustainability. So I also have a long-term plan. So people adopt a circular fashion model. This means designing cloth is a way that they can reuse, repair, resold, or recycled. Nothing goes to waste. Follow global sustainability goals. Brands should align with international agreement like the UN Sustainability Development Goal and the Paris Climate Agreement. This helps them stay accountable and global competitive. And then measure or track progress. Companies should develop sustainability KPIs. That is the key performances indicator and include them in their reviews. I think this entire that every department is focused on reduce the environmental footprint. These steps will not just help the planet and also future proof the business. Handling future uncertainty, being ready for change. So this fashion industry does not exist in a bubble. Things are changed fast and companies need to stay alert. Here are some possible future challenges. Customer behavior may shift. People might move towards minimum digital fashion or rental instead of buying clothes. Global events like pandemic, economic crisis, or war can affect supply chain. Technology could change everything from how we make fabrics to how we shop online. Budget limitation might make it harder for smaller brands to go green. So how we can deal with this? Through something called strategic alignment, staying flexible and ready to adopt when things change. That's the only way to survive long term in today's fashion fast moving world. So now I finding the root cause overproduction is the I think main root cause. Now let's talk about the main problem. Fast fashion companies may make more clothes than people actually need. I think why they keep more, they make a trend, they keep prices low to keep people shopping constantly, but this comes a huge cost. Millions of unsold clothes are dumped in the landfills or burned. Natural resources like water and energy are wasted, making products that are worn once or twice. Most of these clothes are made of synthetic material which cannot be recycled. This cycle of overproduction and overconsumption is not sustainable for the environment. So now I conclude our presentation. So our conclusion and call to action expand version is our research shows that while fast fashion has brought convenience, affordability, and accessibility to millions of people, it has also brought with it a very serious cost, a cost we can no longer ignore. Behind every cheap t-shirt or trendy outfit lies a complex and often harmful process that affects our environment, our health, and our society as well. So we are now at a turning point. The fashion industry can no longer continue with business as usual. The planet cannot afford it, and neither can future generation. The good news is this: its of change is not only a possible; it's already happening in small but powerful ways. We have seen companies like Patagonia and Stella with lead with ethical practices. We have seen customer demanding more transparency, and we have seen government passing new laws to hold brands accountability. So as customer, we can be more mindful. Instead of buying five cheap t-shirts, we can buy one good quality item. So as a future business leader, policymaker, or entrepreneur, and as a citizen, we can raise our voice. We can reduce others, ask brand questions, and support policies that promote sustainability. This isn't just a fashion problem, it's a global responsibility. So let's choose a future where creativity and responsibility go hand to hand. And let's remind sustainability is not a trend, it's only way forward. Thank you so much for for your attention and your time. We really hope our presentation has inspired you to think differently about fashion, not just what we wear, but how it's made and what impact it's leave behind. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.